Good day, one and all. My name is Kathy, and welcome to this episode of the Scrap and Crafty Gardener. I have got to get back into card making. I had a craft show this weekend, and I sold 55 of my cards. So my stock is really low, so I'm going to be making a lot of cards this week because the craft show continues this coming weekend. But today I'm going to make a card based on the Hero Art Simon Says stamp timber set that I got called Celebrate. It has these beautiful flowers and sentiments. And I want to make a wishing you the best day ever card. I had a request for a card for someone who's going through a rough time, but it's not really a sympathy card. They just want her to have a great day. So that's what I'm going to make today. Now, I have two card fronts already cut out and scored. One is this pretty blue, and I'm almost 99% positive this is the one I'm going to use, but I also have a white card front. This measures 10 inches by 7 inches. I scored it at the 5-inch line, folded it, creased it with my bone folder. Now, since this is a blue card, I have a piece of 6 3/4 by 4 3/4 white that's going to go on the inside. And this is just going to be a simple layout card today. I'm thinking I do have some scrap white just in case. I have used GinaK's master layouts, but if you don't have that, I cut 3 of these little black pieces that are 2 1/8 by 4 3/8. And I've cut 3 of them because they're kind of going to go across the front of the card here. And then I cut out 3 white strips. These measure 2 inches by 4 1/4, and they will get centered on each one of those. And I'm going to stamp. So it's pretty much stamping and coloring with my Ohuhu art markers today. And I'm going to put this on sideways. And I'm going to put it in the middle because I'm not sure. So I'm going to line it right up with this in case it doesn't stick. I'm lining it up with that pink strip. Now, I've not used these stamps yet, so I do need to condition them. And I'm going to use each of the 3 flowers. One in the center and each of the flowers, another flower on each side of it. So to condition it, you just rub your finger across it. And I've tried to position my camera a little bit different today so that you can see the whole stamp mat. And I'm going to use VersaFine Clair in the color Nocturne because I'm using alcohol ink markers to color today. I had thought about doing this on watercolor paper and then watercoloring it, but I just wanted to go with the alcohol ink markers for today. Stamp that down. I'm going to do just one more layer. It's pretty good, but it could use a titch more inking here. All right, and that one looks good, so I'm just going to pick that up, set that aside, and then I'm going to use my tidy towel. I've got a little bit on here. And clean that stamp off. And I'm going to grab another one, put it in the same spot, and then I'm going to use the different flowers and try to get them centered. Yeah. That's why I put it on mark so I could line it up. Now I'm going to condition this stamp. And that just means that there's a coating that comes on this from the factory. And you just need to get that coating off so that you get a better stamping impression. And one more. All right, that looks really good. I don't know if any of you do craft shows, but what I found were my biggest seller this weekend were kids' birthday cards, sympathy cards, And I sold every Halloween and Thanksgiving card I had made, along with several Christmas cards and some of my just because cards. I sell other things in addition to cards. I do knit and crochet items. Those little wood pumpkins that I made up, I've sold 5 of them all this weekend. Okay, one more step. Oh, that looks good. These stamps are very nice and crisp, and I love them. All right. Now, I do need to stamp my sentiment. So while I've got my stamp pad open, I'm going to stamp my sentiment at the same time. And I want to use Wishing You the Best Day Ever. Now, I have already die cut out 2 of those phrases because I'm going to stamp them up. And then I just have the scrap paper here. Got this going sideways. I'm just going to go sideways with it. And I'm going to stamp that up here. And condition that stamp. They make an eraser, a conditioning eraser, but as long as my fingers are going to let me work, I'll just continue to use my fingers. And one more just to get crisp. I've used this stamp pad a lot, so. Now, these stamp pads, I don't re-ink my VersaFine because I use them so often. The stamp pad itself gets kind of worn down. And I don't get such a crisp image. But now, like on my GinaKs, I do re-ink those. All right, I'm done with that. Now, these did come with die cuts to cut out the flowers, but I want them to be not cut out, but the sentiment I do. I'm just going to clean, got a little bit of black up here. Squeaky clean. Yes, that's what I said, pumpkin. I left the door open today so that the cats can come and go as they wish instead of me having to let them in each time. Because I was gone the weekend, they're kind of missing Mama. So I'm just going to die cut this out, and then I can start coloring. Oh, you saying hi to the people out in YouTube land, huh? Oh. Were you going to come up and say hi? Oh, that came out nice. Did your brothers leave you down here? Okay, now I'm going to color. And I'm just going to put these, I have scrap paper that I'm going to color on. Now I've chosen blue for these colors, and this is why I haven't decided whether I'm going with the blue card or the white card, because I don't know how these colors are going to come out. I chose a pale blue, B290 pale blue. And I'm going to color all the flowers the same color, and they're all getting the pale blue color first. And then I'm going to come in with the darker colors to shadow them. And I'm going right over those stems because those will. Excuse me, Mr. Pumpkin. Can you get down off the table, please? And I'm trying to just do one coat. If you go over and over with your alcohol inks, it will change the intensity of the color, and you can give you a darker shading just by using one color. But I've picked out actually 4 colors of blue for my shading efforts today. And one of these days, I did invest in some wax melts. So I want to play with those. But it may be after craft show season. And I'm trying to give these a solid coloring, but I'm coming back in with shadows of different colors. So it doesn't really matter if I get a good solid coloring with this light blue, though I'm trying. And these will dry back a little bit. They don't have that wonderful shading agent like some of the inks do, or blending agent, but okay. Pardon me while I go silent. This one has a lot of edges. Do feel free to fast forward through this if you would like. Okay, come down here and do this little bud. Okay, now I'm going to skip ahead to my darkest color, which is going to sound like a strange color. It's G177 Porcelain Blue. This one I'm going to follow the lines. And it's kind of it's a blue-green, but it comes across as a nice dark shading color. And I'm just doing the inside lines with that. And this one doesn't have a lot of inside lines, but so I think I will do these little parts of the center flower. And I'm going to do the center of this flower in this color. The same one here. I think I'm going to do the outer petal, fold over on a couple of them. And then the center, I think they're stamens. Okay. And yeah, I guess I'll do this one too. All right. Now I've got Galaxy Blue which I want to do a little center shading. And I'm just going to like squiggle around the center, and then I'll come out a little bit on some of the petals. I did the center solid, and now I'm doing just taking swipes, making like little straight lines randomly. I think you'll see it better here. And I'm going to go a little bit around the center. This one's a little different shaped flower. And then I have B290 Sky Blue. And I kind of want to do the center of this flower with the sky blue. And then I'm just going to do like just a couple on each petal. I don't know if you can see it, just kind of different. Just a couple of the darker mixed in with the lighter. I'm trying to play with my layering of colors to get better at coloring, shading, that kind of thing. Okay, done with the blue. Now I've chose two greens, G369 Matcha Green, which is a dark color, and then G554, a bronze green, and that's an even darker color. But it'll look different on the flower because this is a different weight paper. And so you need to think of that when a color on the card, it comes out one color, and then when you do it on the envelope, which is a different weight of paper, it comes out a different color. There's not going to be a whole lot of coloring, and this card should go together fairly quickly. Should being the operative word. This is not a divided petal, but I am making a divided petal because I like how it looks with two-tone leaves. But that's my aesthetic. If you want to go with, you know, a one-tone leaf, that is perfectly fine. It's however you see your flower in your mind. You could have done a yellow flower with purple leaves. It's just how it looks to you and how you want your vision to be for this card. And you don't have to have this set. Any flowers or even foliage, maybe like some cattails, dandelions would be very pretty too. Or you could use an animal in the center of each of these panels. All right, now I'm going to go with the G554 bronze green, which is the darker. And I went a little bit outside the line there. So I just came back and made it look like it was meant to be that way. Okay, the flowers are done. Other than when I get them together, I'm going to Wink a Stella the images. So now I'm going to put these together. As I said, a fairly quick, though it has been 20 minutes. So, okay, glue, come on. I know the other glue works, so let's. I tried this glue before I started the camera because this glue is the one that often gives me trouble after I haven't been in my playroom for a couple of days. Since I was gone Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I tried this one out. Didn't try out the other one. Now, you worked just a moment ago. Come on. There we go. And then, now that one, the big green one, as soon as I get off camera, it will probably start working. That's the way it is sometimes. Get this as centered as I can. I tend to be a little bit of a crooked placer. And that's with the liquid glue. It gives you a little bit of wiggle room. That looks good. Right. This is just art glitter glue in a fine tip bottle. And I have an appliance cord Velcro wrapped around it to hold my top of the glue bottle. There we go. That one went down nicer. I think, you see, that's the one I used in the project the other day. Here's to a beautiful Halloween. And it didn't stamp right. So I just reused my papers. Oh, and that ghost card was one of the first cards I sold. I couldn't believe it. All right, now I'm going to glue this down on the inside because I am going to go with the blue. I think it looks okay. Sometimes the ink colors don't always match up with the card color. And so I often go with a white card. But I think this looks nice. All right, so this flower I want to be for the middle. And this one's leaning that way. Almost needs a strip across it. I'm going to pop these up, and I'm going to use my 1/2-inch foam tape here. I'm just going to put 2 pieces down each side. First, I'm going to put my glue cap back on. Come on, Russell. And I still have to watch Craft Roulette since I missed it over the weekend. So tomorrow's episode will be based on that, whatever challenge they had. Now, this one I want to put in the middle. So I'm going to stand up, get that centered as best as I can. Now these, I'm thinking I want to move them down a little or angled like that. Oh, that's kind of clever. Or do I want them straight? Now this is when I wish I would have went live and asked you what you thought. I'm going to go up and down. And then I can put a few little bling here. All right. So that's a question you can put your answer below. Would you have put these all straight? like I had originally thought? Or would you angle them this way or have them both? Oh, no, I'm going to go down. Nope, I'm going up. They're all, these two on the ends are going up at the top. Or would you have put them down? Now, if I would have made these different sizes, but I want this to come, now I'm going down. I want it to be in a little bit. And that's why I put the liquid glue on the adhesive. It gives you a little bit of wiggle room to pick it back up. All right, and then I can put some bling here and here. Now let me put my sentiment strips together. This just gives it a little bit more dimension. And I've got a wet one. Let's get that glue up right now. One of these days after my craft show seasons are over, maybe I will plan a live, find a day that works good, and make a card together. All right, now where do I want my sentiment? Oh, right here in the middle, I'm thinking. Yep, that's where it's going. No second guessing that one. Right there in the middle. All right, now for some, I've got this clear. And I'm thinking, what do I want here? I was just going to put my glue down and place them, but I'm not sure. I want the big ones, the really big ones, medium ones, or the tiny. I think the medium ones. Okay, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And to make it odd, I'm going to put a little tiny one right there. So I just need to get out several of these medium ones. Now they'll look cloudy when I first put them down because of the glue that's behind it, but they will dry crystal clear. Now I want a tiny one right there. Now, Wink of Stella, clear, and I'm just going to Wink of Stella the flowers. You know, I think I want to take that porcelain blue and put it in the center of this 2-petal there. Yeah, that looks better. One nice thing about card making is until you actually give it to someone or sell it to someone, you can change it, add more at almost any time. Needs a little bit more bling. Let's see. Silver gel pen. All right, I'm going to silver gel pen these in the center of that flower. The little stamen. And I'll do that there. Keep it consistent. Okay, that's my card for today. I see this one's sliding down off its glue. Shove that back up there. That's it. A fairly quick and simple card today, though this video did take a half an hour. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video based on the Craft Roulette card challenge. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.